Intersectionality within academia and what it means for staff and students. Now, this is a bit of a reflection from a workshop that was hosted by Doctors Anna Morgan and Nicholas Freestone at the SEB conference, and they were taking a double diamond based approach at looking at how they could come up with some solutions for this. Now, to start off with, as the diamond goes through a broadening phase, so if you imagine you go at the edge of that and it widens out, you have the discovery side of it. So this is identifying the different problems that might affect the individual student or staff member, normally based on their characteristics. So this could be, for example, in my case, surface characteristics such as white and male. Below the surface are also other characteristics that need to be identified that aren't necessarily readily available. So that might be someone being neurodiverse from a working class background, their accent, their title, PhD student, postdoc, their undergraduates, how they see their identity defined based on the interactions that those characteristics facilitate. Then you go through a defining point where you're looking at that diamond and you're thinking, okay, so what are the problems that are being produced from that? So how did students who commute have an impact versus those who are closer to the campus? How are staff members who are male have more advantages over staff members who are female? What are the impacts of parent staff members versus non-parents? And equally, those types of problems, what are effectively defined by those characteristics. Then you get to the point where you then broaden it again. You've identified the problems, then you're trying to basically mind map some of the solutions. So what are different steps that could be taken to really form some form of idea of how you can reduce some of those problems. So, for example, if it's that members of staff are primarily doing different roles that they aren't recognised for, how can you recognise those roles more? If you know students are disproportionately impacted by commuting, can you make some of your classes more adjustable so that they can access them better? Whether that's recording them or allow them to come on site more, or can you allow them to effectively bridge the awarding gap, which was discussed in great detail in this workshop. Outside of that, then you take some of those solutions forward. So as the diamond effectively narrows again, what can you do to effectively action some of these? What can institutions learn from that experience? What do you think about intersectionality? What are your perspectives? If you have anything to add, any thoughts that you have on any of the topics, challenges, solutions to staff and student related problems in higher education, then please drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear different responses that you have. Hopefully you'll be inspired to think about them more broadly like I was from this workshop. Thank you very much for listening.